Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Augustine. In this video, I'll be walking you through PortSwigger's web security first lab in the SQL injection learning part. In this lab, it says there's a SQL injection vulnerability in the where clause allowing retrieval of hidden data. This lab contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. When the user selects a category, the application carries out a SQL query like the following. Select all from product where category equals gifts and released equals 1. To solve the lab, perform a SQL injection attack that causes the application to display one or more unreleased products. So to solve this lab, we'll start by accessing the lab and then launching PortSwigger, which we would use to solve this lab. So while we give PortSwigger a few seconds to load up. So temporary project, next, start Bob, yes. So PortSwigger is starting now. Let's just give this 1 second and we'll be up and running. Okay, so I'll switch over to proxy and come back to my browser, turn on Fox proxy to intercept traffic from my browser and send to PortSwigger. So here we have the lab open. In this lab, we can see that this is an e-commerce application with all their products listed out, as well as the several categories here up here on the nav bar. So let us go over to PortSwigger so that we can start intercepting traffic for this e-commerce application. So turn on intercept, come here and let's select tech gifts. So now PortSwigger has intercepted this. We'll send this to repeater and then we can stop intercepting traffic. So now over at repeater, we have our URL query here, tech plus gifts, and the response is empty. So to check for if this e-commerce application is vulnerable to SQL injection, we usually add a single quotation mark here and hit send. So as we can see, we have an internal server error here. What this could indicate is that there is a possibility that this e-commerce application is vulnerable to SQL injection. So for us to verify our claims, we'll add a SQL injection payload in this query that would help us retrieve hidden data in this e-commerce application. So the payload we'll be adding is or 1 equals 1 dash dash. So what this means is that in this query, we'll be asking the e-commerce application to provide us products in the tech gifts category, or 1 equals 1 dash dash. What 1 equals 1 means is that since 1 is true, 1 equals 1 will always be true. And for this dash dash means that this is the start of a comment in a SQL query, and whatever code or instruction is written after this point is totally neglected by the database as it is seen as a comment. So before we send this request, we'll have to encode this payload with the shortcut Ctrl+U, or we could do this convert selection URL encode characters. We have to encode these characters so that PortSwigger will be able to send this request and give us a response. So we hit send on this and it's rendering. So as we can see here, we have all products in the tech gifts area available to us. Before we had just 3, and if we want to see all hidden data for all the categories, we could just simply take this off and have our query just return results for this payload. So let us hit send. And as you can see, it says congratulations, you solved the lab. So we solved this lab just by injecting this payload, and as you can see, all of the products in all categories are visible. So let's go back to the browser and have a look at what it is. So here we can see we can change this and put our payload here, 1 = 1 -- So why we're not doing URL encoding in the browser is that the browser sees this request and then sends it directly without having to encode it, because the browser is different from PortSwigger. So we hit send on this, and then here you have it. We have all the products listed in this e-commerce application. So if you enjoyed this, and if this walkthrough has helped you solve this lab, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, as this will help me produce more videos like this that would help you solve more labs and also improve on your penetration testing skills and web application security. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.